Alright, welcome back to more of Hyrule's Resurrection. We're going to be starting off level 10. Probably getting through most of it. Those will be fun to go through. And we got, what's it, FF7 music. I guess you hit us at a couple points. You either hear it at the beginning or I think the beginning of the game, but also towards the end of the game as well. Yeah, so that's kind of easy to miss this. I think you need a super bomb, actually. So make sure you bought some extra super bombs with you. And catch a 3. Honestly, not that big a threat now. Now with the equipment we have. Again, that's pretty easy to miss. Right at the beginning to grab this free key. Now, you want to make sure you brought Nayru's love with you because you might actually need this. Because that summoner summons Death Knights. Very handy to have this little thing with you. And it does cost you a bit of your magic, but probably the best way to save yourself in this place. Mirror robes. There's a random wall master there. That's kind of weird. At least these guys aren't too big an issue. Since I can basically evade at will with the feather and hover boots. And I think you need a super bomb for this. So you make sure you've bought a few super bombs. I mean, they're pretty dirt cheap anyway. You might as well just stock up as many super bombs as you can. And these blocks you can't do anything about for some time. You don't have the right item to get rid of this yet. My throat's really dry right now. I drink some water, but it's not really helping. Okay, you don't want to go left just yet, actually. You want to collect more keys, actually. This room is a safe area, and then just jump as far as you can over, because there's a little patch of safe land on this side as well. If you go into these stairs, like the obvious stairs, it doesn't really take you anywhere, actually. There's another patch of 3 for you to battle, and I don't think you get anything for this. I gotta love the feather. I take that much damage from Patrick 3 anyway. So pretty much you got nothing for that. But if you actually use your lens in this room, you can find some walk-through walls. And these are actually fake blocks right here. And you'll have to go both ways, so we'll just start with one path. Luckily I got plenty of money to spend. Pretty much maximum money right now. And that's a one-way door. You'll have to get around to that side of the level from a different direction. This is kind of a vague clue, and I'll show you which room that's referring to. Kind of a very subtle hint. And this room is just a fake blocks to go through. Actually, I think you have to hammer one of these. I'm hoping the lens would tell you that. I think it should. So make sure you scoop up 3 keys before you actually start going through the locked doors. Just to save yourself some trouble later on. And this room's really got a weird, like a giant genie. That's a shortcut for later. Probably easiest just to use arrows. And I have plenty of money to throw anyway. If you play it right, just kind of keep bouncing it against the wall. It's got a ton of hit points. I mean, look how many arrows it's taking to knock this thing down. Good thing for doorway spammage. It makes this a little easier. I get more doorway spammage with these Death Knights. look like I can break their shields. Oh, goody. Ice. And I'm just gonna continue spamming the doorway. It'll make my life easier since you can't even move on this ice. As long as those dark nuts aren't really getting in the way, I'm just gonna pluck off the fire Gleeok. Kinda surprised they didn't really get in the way there. They're just kind of walking on the edges. I don't think you really get anything for taking out this Dig Dogger. At least I don't think you do. And the room with the fire Gleeok had all the goods in it. Oh, it's so annoying with this ice here because you just can't seem to get into the doorway with this. Yeah, fire boomerang's really convenient for that. This room, I think you dive somewhere. Forgot exactly where you dive. The first thing you gotta go after are the summoners. You've gotta get those summoners out first. Whatever it takes to get the summoners out of there. Forget the rest of the stuff in the room, you just wanna get rid of that summoner. Let's see what's over to the right first. Oh, you again. Fireball spammer doesn't really work when I can just jump over everything. Practically, you can just do hit and run. Yeah, we don't have any more keys for this, and you're not gonna get a key for quite a while. FYI. Oh, that's a nice little present. You just get splattered into a room with a bunch of Patras. Oh, these are just kind of basic level Patras. Not really that big an issue. Now that would have helped a little earlier. Actually, before dealing with that, gonna open up this room. Opens up a little shortcut for later on. This thing, maybe you can only damage it with arrows, actually. Doesn't look like a sword works. Now, it looks kind of like a useless room, but you know, you want to take a moment to clean out everything in this room. Now, while there seems to be nothing at first glance, what you want to actually do is walk across all the tiles here. And you see it's kind of a very subtle clue it's kind of spelling out for you. And if you look at that kind of carefully, this is kind of spelling out a maze path for you. So starting from the top, it goes up, and then left, and then left again. Kind of a subtle way, but that's what the hint on that other room was pointing to. You know, you carefully inspect this floor, and that's what it spells for you. And this is the maze room. Luckily, you just go up and then left 3 times. It's pretty simple. Okay, this room's a little interesting. It's kind of a waterway passage. So you're gonna have to dive in and then just kind of start from a point, and then you just got to figure out where to dive, actually. There's one point you can dive in. And it's not very clear where you need to dive. Yeah, it's kind of a really random spot there. And then it takes you, you can dive to the next area. Because I think that summoner's actually down. Well, now that I got some invincibility time, might as well take out this after 2. Damage I can to that thing. You actually don't want to go back left, because you can see by the map it's going to take you back to towards the start. Not sure what this thing's supposed to be. But the sword beams, sword seems to be working. This time arrows don't even work. I'm not sure what that's supposed to be. It looks like a giant seashell or something. Okay, this room is kind of an interesting one. You know, if you use the lens, it doesn't seem to be anything in this room. And you don't have a key. It's kind of a very shrewd hint with this question mark. If you actually trace this question mark and just follow it down all the way to the end, you can actually walk through the bottom part of this wall. That's kind of a very weird way to put a door there. Okay, this room. Now if you kind of visualize how this room normally looks, there's usually one block here and then another block on this side. Oh, goody. So I can just try to reset the room, get rid of that summoner first. You know, at least I can keep resetting the room until I get the setup correct. Because you want to get a good position in the room. Get rid of that summoner first, because once the summoner goes, then the room is a lot easier to handle. Okay, this room. I always seem to forget what to do in this room. I know you're supposed to push one of the blocks or the block inside, but it's just getting inside this is the issue. I think there's one of these blocks you can push more than once. It's kind of tricky. It's something similar was done in Stranded, just to get one of the magic jars. Like, you know, all these blocks you can push once, but one of these you can push more than once. This room, I believe, okay, it's just invisible walls. So you're just gonna have to. Oh, okay, that's kind of weird. Even a block you have to push there. Okay, this room you have, I believe it's a 40-headed Gleeok. And, you know, you can just spam from the doorway in theory, but I'm just gonna go jump behind and just start tanking away. a lot faster than just using sword beams one by one. So there's another summoner in this room, so I'm just gonna keep going in and out of the room until I get good positioning on that. Get rid of that summoner. Alright, your prize for this place, Magic Key. And that's what you're going to use to open up the rest of the locks in this place. It pretty much takes you right back to the beginning, essentially. Alright, now that you have the magic key, hopefully you open up this little shortcut and you just kind of go up this way. Okay, I think I got rid of the biggest threat already. What's left is just like, bat robes and regular whiz robes, so that's nothing. It looks like I got rid of the summoner first. I'll let that mirror robe do some of the work for me and get rid of that fire robe. Yeah, see, there are no extra keys in this place, so you need the magic key to substitute for this. Well, at least I don't really need to use the magic wand. You know, the sword does well enough for this. Well, there's the map. A little late in this level. And this design should look pretty familiar to you. Mainly if you've played the second quest, you know, the original second quest. I got a bunch of mirror robes in this room. A couple ways you can do this. You can just go out and, you know, use your feather for evasion purposes. Or just try to get into a corner or something. Another way is just use your boomerang for the doorway. Since your fire boomerang does have reflective properties. Okay, this room, I think there's a block to push. Oh, this is gonna be fun. 3 summoners. Just get rid of as much as I can. Yeah, that one's gone. Go after the summoners first. Yeah, there's a fairy here, so I can use that to buffer at least, you know, whatever damage I take. And, you know, in case you had to use your Nayru's love a bunch of times to get a big jar. just for magic refills there. Okay, this is kind of a weird room. Not really much protection for the gold arrows there. Oh well, might as well pick that up for free, essentially. And that's what you need to get past the part at the beginning. Alright, so pretty much we're done with this level. The only part left is that little piece in the middle there, which we will do in, hopefully, the last part of this quest. Alright, see you guys later.